If anybody's in here, I should have checked the sound earlier. It should have been good. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hey, if anybody comes in, let me know. Write something in the chat. Hope you guys are doing well if anybody's here. We've been practicing a couple kicks here. It's the Wave Master back that way. We've got a kick as part of our Tiger curriculum going on with the zombie break, or the grip break. Hey, Catherine and May, how are you guys doing? hope you're having a good Tuesday so far. Staying safe. Did you guys get a chance to practice yesterday the curriculum? The new stuff we get to work on this week with Green Tip. Ooh, we got a couple minutes. Awesome. Cool. Hey, Farishi. Hope you're doing well too. We got the extra Pinion 9 stuff posted. I'm going to be practicing some pinions afterwards, Farishi, if you want to jump in with. I know that it helped me a lot to like watch people do something when I wanted to practice. Like if I wanted to stretch a little bit more, watching someone that kind of inspired me to a little more flexible, or just watching videos of people stretching helped encourage me too. So if anyone's wanting to practice some pinions with me afterwards. Just out of frame. So we've got about 10 minutes for anybody who's in here. About 10 more minutes till the class starts. Let me know if you got any questions, anything to talk about. I think everything should have been posted. Yep. All looks good. Hey, Sifu Django, thanks for joining. Oh, you got a chance to practice, guys. Good to hear. Pinion number 1 was what I learned when I was a white belt. Those first 5 moves are one of the first things that I ever learned. So it's always really fun for me to teach again. It was that and punch attack defense 1. I remember very clearly learning those when I was back in Tiger's class, but at the time it was called Kinder Karate. Just a little bit different than now. May will open whenever it's safe. We want to make sure we're listening to everyone who's studied this stuff. So we're going to listen to them because we want to make sure you guys are safe. We want to make sure we're safe. But as soon as we can, we'll open it back up for everybody. Because I'm missing seeing everybody in the school too. It's fun to still get to teach a little bit, but seeing everybody in class is always a blast. And I really liked seeing everyone's tip testing videos too. Get a chance to see everyone practicing at home and tip testing at home. Sifu Django, did you get a chance to see some of Pinion number 9? Add an extra couple, was it 7 moves I think, right? We We're going to have a couple of T stances in that pinyin. I think it's one of the only pinions that has an uppercut, Sifu Django. I'm trying to remember. I don't think any of the others do. I think it's just pinion 9. Yeah. Uppercut and another very karate move. I'm not sure what it is. Hey Winston, good to have you here. Hopefully you're doing safe. You're being safe, having some fun. We'll get a chance to practice some grip break today, practice some front kicks, our focus and everything. Sifu Django, good to hear. It's always fun to go back, Sifu Django, to one of those pinions I haven't seen in a long time. Bacon Chef still got all the knowledge up there, right? I remember all the moves. Got about 6 more minutes, guys. Awesome, yeah, if we see your videos, Sifu Django, I know where everyone's at then. It helps me out kind of judging how much to teach. So what are you guys doing to have fun inside right now? Is there something you've been doing recently you didn't get a chance to do too much before? A little extra coloring or... maybe getting to go for some extra family walks, as long as it's staying safe. Not too big of groups or going with other people. A reminder for everyone who's here right now, I'll mention it again when everyone else is. I've got about a 20-second delay if I measured it early last week. So as soon as I see stuff, I'll respond to it. It may take a little bit of a time until you hear it, but I'm seeing everything there. I've got it. See and make sure that everything is all good to go here. We look all set. We got a couple minutes left here still. I want to make sure we wait until exactly 3:30. See if my head's in frame there. That way anyone popping in doesn't feel like they're missing the beginning of class. Is anybody else wearing the full gi right now for class, getting ready? It was kind of fun yesterday to do some of the pinions and teach stuff with gi pants and my karate t-shirt. I'm excited to have my full gi again though, and my belt. I was missing it yesterday. It looks like 3-4 more minutes, everyone. I'll be back in 1 minute, guys, all right? 1 minute. And we got about a minute or two right after that until we get started. All right. So we got a minute, guys, until we get our class started. If you guys are here, let me know. I can see. And here, good to see you. Catherine on extra walks. My dog's been really enjoying going on extra walks and seeing some more dogs walking around too. Luckily, it's been nice out too. Got a chance to go on some longer walks. I really like the rain and walking it, but my dog doesn't like that too much, even with her raincoat. Since it's been sunny, we got to go a little extra far. And chances to go on some extra runs with her too. And just extra in general. Just under a minute and we can get started. Again, if you guys are here, let me know. You can type in the chat there. It's coming up close according to the karate time here. I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm gonna go off my time right up there. All right, in just a second, make sure you guys have some space where you can practice. We're doing as tight of a space as we possibly can. I've got about 5 feet by 5 feet over here marked with some tip tape on the ground, and I'm gonna be doing my best to stay inside of that. But if you guys need to change anything a little bit, you can always. All right, well, it looks like it is time to get started in like 10 seconds here. I'll be right at my 3:30 mark. Excellent. I'm going to ask again, like last time, if anyone gets a chance to take some pictures or videos as you guys practice the class right now, I'd love to see it either on our Instagram or Facebook or on the Discord server. You can send it so we can see you're practicing with me. But it is time, so guys, let's stand up. Let's make sure we find a spot where we can practice pretty safely. Good. All right, everyone, let's give attention. How do you guys feel today? Hopefully you said awesome, sir. Let's bow. And this time, we're going to start with some jumping jacks. Remember, for a jumping jack, we're going to start with our feet together. I'm going to start with our hands to our side like this. I'm going to bring my feet apart, and my hands come all the way up top. It kind of looks like I'm making the letter A here. Then I come back, and it's either like the letter I or lowercase l, right? I go A, and then I. And the cool thing is, every time I do a jumping jack, I get to give myself a high five, right? I go out to my A, and I. A, I, A, I, and let's combine them now. We go A and I, A and I. Always going back to that attention. That way everything is in a straight line all together. A, I, A, I. Then I'm going to string a couple of them together, so not just one at a time. I'm going to go A and I and jump and back again. Ready? And let's go about 30 seconds together of doing these jumping jacks, all right? 30 total seconds. Ready, set, and go. Make sure you're landing on the balls of your feet pretty close so the heels don't touch the ground. That way it's a controlled landing. I'm not stomping into the ground. Oh, we're already 10 seconds in. Man, that time goes by so fast. Really good to get our heart rate up. Get the blood pumping. Oh man, we've got 10 more seconds with these jumping jacks. Nice and regular ones here. 5 more seconds. Here we go. 2 and 1 and quick. All right, let's get another type of jumping jacks going too. We're gonna do something called robot jacks or Nordic jacks. I'm gonna have, instead of my feet together, one foot in front of the other one. And my feet are gonna switch back and forth like this. Again, I'm gonna try and land up towards the front of my foot, the balls of my feet. That way, I'm not stomping, right? But instead, landing really softly. Our arms are gonna be out in front of us like this. They're going up and down. That's called robot jacks or Nordic jacks. And again, let's do 30 seconds of these ones, all right? Make sure you keep yourself going. It's better to go at one speed and go the whole time than to go really, really, really fast, but then you have to falter at the end because you're out of breath. So, pick a good speed for yourself. 30 seconds. Ready? And go. Try to time them. Your hands and feet are moving at the same speed. Hands up and down, feet forward and backwards. We're about 20 seconds in. I want you guys to keep going. Go 10 more seconds for me, all right? 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. Excellent. We're gonna get one more speed round of jumping jacks, okay? 10 seconds, and I want you guys to go as fast as you can. So if I'm back here, I'm still gonna land just on the balls of my feet. I don't want flat foot. Keep that heel up a little bit, and I'm gonna go either my regular ones here or Nordic ones, and I want you to go as fast as you can. Get that speed version going. 10 seconds. Ready? On your marks. Get set. 10 seconds and go. Ooh, let's see. Keep it going. Keep those feet moving. You're 4 seconds in. You have 5 seconds left now. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, guys. So now we got our heart beating a little bit. Let's talk about the word of this module. For the green tip, we're talking about focus. And big part of focus is to pay attention, right? So let's say it again. Big part of focus is to pay attention. And I can pay attention with a whole bunch of different things, right? I can pay attention with my eyes. So if I'm telling you a story and I'm looking this way towards you, oh, that looks like I'm paying attention to you, right? But if I'm doing this while I'm telling you something, or maybe you were telling me a story and I was doing this and I wasn't really watching, it doesn't look like I'm paying attention, right? So I need to make sure I'm focusing with my eyes. I can also focus with my mind and make sure that I'm thinking about what I'm doing. So if I'm in karate and I'm practicing my punches, then guess what I'm thinking about? I'm thinking about my punches, right? If I was thinking about something different, then I'm not doing a great job of paying attention. We can focus with our ears too, right? We listen. So let's say my mom was asking me to do something around the house and I needed to help clean the kitchen. I need to make sure that I'm listening to every single word she's saying. That way I show her, hey, I'm paying attention, I'm focusing on you right now. And then finally, a whole body, right? If I was standing like this at attention, in karate class that would show the teacher, hey, I'm paying attention, I'm focusing. If I was in school and I was sitting down on the desk, that's a good way. If I'm not moving my body around, but I'm keeping it focused and still, that shows teachers that I'm paying attention. Same thing, let's say I was at the grocery store with my dad and we're waiting in line. If I was doing this and I was spinning in circles, is that going to show to him that I'm paying attention? No, right? So I got to make sure I do all of those. Again, paying attention, focus. Big part of that is to pay attention with my, you said eyes, you got it. With our brain or our mind, with our ears, and then with our whole body. Those would be the 4 parts that we need to make sure we are paying attention, that we are focusing. Now, let's get to the karate move we worked on, guys. We're starting to work on the zombie grip break. Right? Where I'm going to stand up here, I'm going to scoot back. I know in the videos, I'm pretty sure my hands were like leaving frame. I was up like this and you couldn't see what was going on. So I'm going to make sure that I'm nice and far back so you guys can see. So we imagine that someone grabs our shoulders. And you know what? Oh, we don't want that. So we're going to bring our hands up nice and high. And I want my fingers to stay in close together. Right? When I bring the hands up, I'm going to get in close so you guys can see. I'm going to keep my fingers just like this. If they spread apart, they're not too strong by themselves, but they're all together, they're a team, they're a lot stronger. And then we're going to make a hook like this. Right? Instead of the letter C, it's one of my favorite letters ever. It's the beginning of my name, but I don't want that for this grip. I'm going to hook my hand under like this. All right? So, I'm going to scoot back here again. They grab our shoulders, bring our hands nice and high. I'm going to make the hooks with my hands, and I'm going to bring them down to my shoulders. Now that means I'm going over the top of their arms. Not on the inside, but over the top and the outside. Finally, we're going to pull as quickly as we can straight to the sides. It almost looks like I'm showing off my muscles. So, hands come up nice and high, making like a letter Y. I make the hooks with my hands and I touch my shoulders. It's like I'm making the letter M. I pull my hands out to the side, and then finally, out to a ready stance. Because anytime we finish something in karate, we always like to go back to that ready stance. If I did a front kick, and then I just kind of walked around, that's not too sharp, right? It's front kick and boom, right back to that ready stance. Same thing here. Grip break and ready stance. Let's practice to the air here real quick, okay? Hands come up nice and high. Make the hooks with our hands. Bring them down and pull to the side. Let's add a kia in. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Kia! And right back to that ready stance. Again, up nice and high. Make those hooks. Drop them to the shoulders. Pull to the side. Kia! And ready stance. Excellent. We're going to do 2 more of them broken down like that. And then we'll start combining it into me just saying go. All right. I'm going to ask. Let's see if you guys can remember the order. The first thing, after they grab our shoulders, what do? We bring our hands up into the Y. Then, something with the hands here, I'm going to make the hooks. I bring it over the top of their arms. And what's the last 2 things? See if you remember them. I'm going to pull my hands out, pull them straight to the side, and then ready stance at the end. One more time. You guys have got it now. Some attention. They grab. Number 1. Hands come up. 2, we make our hooks. 3, it comes straight down. 4, pull out to the sides, and then 5, ready stance. Now, when I say go, we're gonna do the entire thing, right? That means hands come up, down, pull to the side, and we get to our ready stance. Ready? From attention, when I say go, do the entire move. Ready, set, and go. Chia! Ready stance. Again. Ready, and go. Chia! Excellent. I'm going to go to the other ready stance this time. I'm going to switch sides. Ready, and go. Chia! Back to that ready stance. Again. Ready, set, go. Chia! One more time. Pick your favorite side on that ready stance here. Ready, set, and go. Chia! Excellent job, guys. All right, let's come on in. I want you to sit down crisscross. So, we talked a little bit ago about focus, and a big part of that was to if you said pay attention, you got it right. And we can pay attention with our eyes, our ears, our mind, and our entire body. And the cool thing about focusing and paying attention is it helps us do things a lot better than if we weren't. So if I was trying to learn how to ride a bicycle, right, say I was trying to learn it without training wheels, then I'm really going to need to focus on my eyes to make sure I see where I'm going. I'm going to have to make sure my body's upright, because if I'm leaning to one side, when I'm on that bicycle without training wheels, that might tip over, right? So I got to make sure I'm focusing my body. I'm focusing my mind, thinking about where I'm going or what I'm going to do next. And focusing my ears to make sure that I can hear things that are going on around me. You see, when I focus all 4 of them, it helps me do things a lot better. Let's take something else. I've been doing a little bit more coloring recently. Let's say I was doing some coloring, but the whole time I was looking away. I wasn't really focusing on it. Then, guess what? I'm going to lose my balance a little bit there. And 2, it's going to be tough to stay inside the lines. So when we focus, when we're doing that color, right, I got to focus my eyes. I'm going to focus my body, make sure that I'm grabbing the right color that I wanted to use. Because if I just didn't focus at all, I just grab something random, it'd be kind of tough, right? So all of that goes together. It helps us do our very best. Now, I want to add something to that grip break, right? We have the hands that come off, but let's say that we felt we needed to add something different. We added a front kick in here. Now, ideally, right, we never have to do any karate moves. If my brother came up to me, grabbed my shoulder, guess what? I'm going to pull the hands off, but I'm not going to have any karate techniques in there. As we get into a situation where self-defense might be needed, then we do. But that's something we talk to our parents about, or grown-up, that can help us find out what the area of self-defense is. So let's talk about adding this front kick and the timing. I'm going to stand back up. I'm going to scoot back here. All right, so focusing, paying attention here. I'm going to make sure I get my zombie grip break. We earlier did this with the hands coming up high, with hooks with my hands, bringing them down to the side. Now when I pull my hands out, I'm going to add a front kick with my favorite foot. I want it to hit right when my hands go out. So let's see. I'm going to do one of them. I want you guys to think, are these timed together? No, the hands move too early, right? What if I went here? Oh, way too late, right? I had to make sure that my hands come down, and when they pull sideways, I kick at the very same time, right? Up, hooks, bring my hands down. Well, I pull them out and I kick at the same time, and then we go to our ready stance. Let's test it again. Hands come up high. I'm going to make the hooks with my hands. I'm going to drop them down. And now we pull our hands and we do the kick at the same time. Ready, set, and go. Excellent. If it's been a while since you've done a front kick, it's very similar to our side kick. Remember in our side kick how we brought our leg up first? We did our chamber and then we kicked and then we brought it back. Same thing with a front kick. I'm going to bring my leg up in front of me. I turn to the side. Yeah, with my knees up nice and high. Then I'm going to kick out, bring it back, and set it down. I'm still hitting with the bottom of my foot. I know you guys know we wouldn't want to kick with our toes. If you've ever stubbed your toe on the ground, you know it doesn't feel good, right? If I'm doing my front kick to the bag right here, I would chamber it up, hit with the balls of my feet, the bottom of my foot, pull it back in and out. So, just if you needed a quick reminder. Right, so for my zombie grip break, hands come up, make the hooks, drop them down, now pull and do that kick on 3. 1, 2, 3, chia! Back to our ready stance. One more time broken down, and then we're gonna do them quickly. Ready? Hands come up, hooks, drop them down, and at the same time, I'm gonna pull my hands and kick. Ready, set, go. Chia! Good, now when I say go, we're gonna do the whole thing. Ready, set, go. Chia! Make sure these hands come up nice and high. If I go like this, that's too small of a motion. I want to really high like this. Ready, and go. Chia! Good, again, and go. Chia! We're going to do 3 more. Ready, set, go. Chia! 2 more. Ready, and go. Chia! Final one. Our last one has to be our very best one. A deep kia. Remember, we don't scream it. I'm not going to go at the top of my lungs and go, ah, with a kia, but instead, from my stomach, kia. Nice and deep. Ready. On your marks, last one. Get set and go. Chia. Don't forget that ready stance. That's super important too. Nice work, guys. I want to do 2 final ones though. I want to go nice and slow. Oftentimes when I learn something new and when I practice something I haven't done in a while, I'll slow it down. And that way, I can make sure that everything is just right. If I go really fast, sometimes I might mess up and I make a C with my hand like that. I want to make sure I go nice and slow and I think about everything I'm doing. I go, oh, look at that, my thumb's tucked in, okay? So 2 of them, nice and slow. I'm going to say go, and we're still going to do the whole thing, so it would kind of look like this. I'm going to do an example here. If I said go, I'm doing everything still, kia, but I'm slowing it down a little bit. Ready? And go. Nice and slow. Hands come down. Chia. Out to my ready stance. One more. Slow version. Ready? And go. Chia. Ooh, out to my ready stance. Excellent. All right. Let's talk about focus one more time. I'm going to take a knee in nice and close here. So, focus. See if you can remember. Focusing means to pay attention, paying attention with my what? My eyes, with my ears, with my mind or my brain, and then my entire body. And I want to test one of these out. I'm going to say go. We're going to stand at attention, and I want you to see if you can hold it for 5 seconds without moving your body, without moving your eyes, without thinking, but focusing on exactly what you're doing, all right? So, scoot on back here. When I say go, right, feet come together, hands to our sides, we stand up nice and tall at attention, and I want to see, can we go 5 seconds, focusing our whole body, it doesn't move. Even if I have an itch on my head, I'm not going to scratch it, right? I'm going to stick like a statue, stick at that attention. Ready, 5 seconds, nice and easy, ready, and go. Can you stay still? 3, 2, 1, and relax. Oh, almost too easy. Let's go a little bit longer. We're going 10 seconds this time, okay? Ready? Where's my second hand? I say ready, set, and go. 10 seconds. Can you stay perfectly still? 1 more second, and relax. All right, we're ready for the final level, the final version. We're going 20 seconds this time. 20 entire seconds. It doesn't matter if your little brother, little sister is running around the house making noise. You are focused, you are at attention. It doesn't matter if you hear something funny on the TV or something's going on. We're gonna focus for 20 seconds, right? 20 straight seconds, looking straight forward, body not moving, fingers not moving, focused. Let's test it. Ready? 20 total seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Frozen at that attention. 5 more seconds. Ooh, sorry, we're 5 seconds in, that's what I meant. We have 10 seconds left. Can you still hold it for 10 more? For 6 more, actually. For 5 more seconds. Oh man, it goes fast. 2 seconds. 1 second. and relax. Whew. That is a lot of fun to see how long we can go for. I'm gonna test you guys as part of our end of class drill to see what you guys can do with that, all right? Now, we're gonna get a couple more practices with that zombie grip break, so I'm gonna find some space back this way. For this next one, we're gonna pretend like we're Jell-O. It may not look super sharp, but it's gonna be a lot of fun. Where if you have ever had Jell-O before, if it starts to move, the whole thing starts to wobble, but eventually it sticks to its same spot. So instead of staying straight up like this and kick, ready stance, being really still, I might wobble a little bit or go like, whoa, boom, back to my ready stance. But remember, at the end, it's gotta stick super sharp. It never falls over, it stays up on its feet. Ready? Like Jell-O, we're kind of wobbly with this. Ready, and go. Good, again. Ready, like Jell-O. You're wobbly, and go. Boom. Ooh, one more. Ready, like Jell-O, wobbly, and go. Boom, back to that ready stance. Ooh, nice. Now back to black belt version. Remember that stick that we did at the end, right as it ended, we went boom, back to our best ready stance? We're gonna keep that with our regular zombie grip break. So when I do my moves, right, it's still gonna look super sharp now. It's like a black belt doing it really precise, really fast. But we keep that sharpness at the end too, where we stick it to our ready stance. Ready, black belt version, and go. Good, again. And go. Ooh, very nice. Ready, set, go. Final one, I'm gonna say go, and I want you guys to go 5 times, all right? You're gonna do your very best zombie grip break 5 times in a row. Once you've done that, I want you guys to huddle back in, take a knee somewhere, sit down, crisscross, show your focus that you're paying attention, all right? 5 total zombie grip breaks. I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds to do it. Ready, on your marks, get set, and go. 5 of them total, go, 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 go. We're 5 seconds in, hopefully you got a couple more, and once you're finishing, you can take a knee, you can sit down, crisscross. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and wherever you're at, go ahead and break. Huddle back in for me. Sit down, crisscross. Make sure you're focusing. I'm going to talk about it one more time here. Again, focus means to pay attention, right? And when I pay attention with my eyes, my ears, my mind, my whole body, it helps me do things a lot better than if I didn't. Whether that's reading, or if I'm at home and I'm doing some homework, right? I'm doing my math, or I'm doing maybe just reading for school, right? Whatever I'm doing, if I'm focusing, I'm paying attention as much as I can, that helps me do a much better job. It helps me be better at what I'm doing. So again, focus is to pay attention. And as always, we think about where we can use it, and right, we can focus everywhere. Whether I'm at home, or I'm watching a movie, or I'm out on a walk, right? That's gonna take some focus. Even if I'm simply walking, I'm focusing with my eyes to see where I'm going, to see what's around me. I'm paying attention with my brain to make sure that I'm thinking about where I'm stepping, with my ears to make sure I either hear the people around me, or if there are cars or bikes going on. I know whenever I went on a walk with my family, I always had to wait, and I was always listening because we never crossed the street unless my mom said, go, go, go. And once I heard that, then, okay, I knew it was safe and I could walk. But I was listening for that, focusing, paying attention. And, forgetting which one we missed. You guys remember? Ooh, the eyes, the whole body, right? Is making sure that we're walking appropriately. If I'm paying attention to my body, that way I stay safe. So focus means to pay attention. Final thing I want to talk about is our tiger promise at the very end here. Remember how we raise our hand, we say, I promise to be a good person, to put knowledge in my mind. This is a really good time when we can learn a lot of new things. We put new knowledge into our mind. And I can learn from different books that I read. I can learn from my parents. A whole lot of different things. We say to put what? She said honesty in our heart. That's the right thing. Honesty in my heart. Make sure I'm telling the truth. This one was strengthen my body, right? If we exercise, that's a great way to put strength in our body. I can do that by eating healthy foods too, getting enough sleep, very important. And finally, making good friends. Making sure I'm a good friend with my brother, right? I want to make sure that I'm friendly with him. I'm nice to him. I'm sharing my things with him. Good friends with my parents, doing everything I can to be a friendly person. Now, let's get to our tiger promise here, and then I'm going to let you guys know what your challenges are for this next week. Because normally, right, we have a chance we pull our parents on. Right now, I don't have anybody here with me that could practice with it, so I'm going to give you guys the challenge. I want you to practice it a little bit afterwards, okay? But let's do our tiger promise first. I'm going to scoot back here. Ready? From attention. Raise your hand. I want you to repeat after me. I promise to be a good person, to put knowledge in my mind, to put honesty in my heart, to put strength in my body, and to make good friends. Let's bow, say thank you. Nice work, guys. All right. My real quick challenge for you guys. This has to do with that attention we did earlier when we were holding it. There's a game called the focus game. If you haven't played it before, it's where you get a teammate that can help you. You stand at attention as sharp as you can, and they're gonna try and make you laugh. They can't touch you, so they couldn't poke you like this or poke the side of your head. They couldn't scream or talk in your ear. You've got like a force field around you. But they're gonna try and make you laugh and try and make you smile. And if you laugh or smile, ooh, you lost that focus, then you do like 5 jumping jacks, or maybe you do 5 push-ups too. Oh man, that'd be cool. And then you get to play again. If you did it with a teammate and they were practicing, maybe if you made them smile, you'd give them a high five or something like that, right? The focus game. And another one, a challenge here. Anytime you're out, if you hear your parents say attention, or maybe you have another word that they would use, which means, oh, you gotta stop whatever you're doing, you come to attention as quickly as you can, you stop, you freeze, and you look at them. I want you to see how many times you can do that throughout the week. No hesitation, no pause. If I heard attention from over there, it's not a, huh? What? Oh, okay, I'll go to attention. No, right? If I hear it, I'm going right away. And let me know. Can you do that as quickly as you can, listening to whoever was around you? Anyways, thank you guys for joining a whole lot. It's fun doing these classes. I don't get a chance to teach a whole group of students here, but I at least get a chance to teach you guys and you can follow along with. So I hope you guys had fun. If you got a chance to take a video or take a picture, I'd love to see it, either on Instagram or Facebook or on our Discord. And I'll be seeing you guys around. If anyone is in here who's not a tiger, like our beginners or level 1s and all the way up, people who have been working on pinions, I'm going to get some water, rest for a second, and then I'm going to turn the stream back on, and I'm just going to practice some pinions. I had mentioned at the beginning that I really enjoyed when I would stretch to just watch videos of other people stretching, people who inspired me to be a little more flexible. And so I know that, hey, if I can practice some pinions, it may help you to practice them too. That'd be awesome, and I can answer any questions you guys have about them through then. It'll probably be like 15, 20, 30 minutes of that. So again, thank you guys so much for coming. I've got another stream on Thursday for the kids class, teens and adults, practicing opinions, doing some warm-ups, doing some exercises, and I hope to see you guys there. Bye guys, thank you. Anyone's going to jump in and practice some pinions. I'm going to start with just practicing some stances and some strikes. It's always worth it to get back to the basics. What I usually do, if anyone's here, is before I practice pinions, is I think about what kind of strikes are in there and which ones are the most challenging for me. So let's see, like pinion number 1 right now, I know that beginners are working on, level 1s, and then my teen adults are working on that, the very end of it, I should say. And so I know there's one move of the rising bottom fist that I just really want to make sure is sharp. So if I had this bag over here, I would isolate it just working on one move. I would start from here, I've got my grip, boom, and I'll practice that strike. And if I was at home and I didn't have access to a bag, then I would just practice it with I would put my phone up and I would videotape it, and that way I could look back. Because even if I'm practicing, even if I've done these moves for a long time, I can have a kind of a skewed perception of where my strikes are at and where my stances are at. But if I have a video for it, then I've got an immediate feedback of, hey, my stance wasn't very low there. So that's one thing that I do a lot, is just practice that individual strike or individual block. Or kick, for that matter. If I was doing pinion 6, move this a little so I can kick it. One of the most challenging moves in that pinion is actually a side kick, because it's after move number 22 where I go to the side, that this back leg over here is getting, and let me get that stance lower. That back leg here is going to do a side kick. And normally we practice side kicks from this lead leg, right? And so to make sure that I can get that sharp from the back leg, I really have to focus on bringing my leg around and then coming in. Whereas if I didn't do that, I'm going to go a little slow here. If I just kick with this back leg, I'll do it again from the other angle here so you guys can see. I just did 22. If I just kind of kick my leg out there, if you saw that, you would say, hey, that looks like a roundhouse kick, right? But I really want to make sure it's a side kick. So I focus on, from here, bringing my right knee back this way away from my target, and then I slide my kick in. So I would be here, knee comes back, and then I extend. If I face towards you guys, instead of just kicking immediately, I'm going to pull my knee back, in this case, towards this bag here, so I can kick over there. Boom, and these toes, you can kind of see them at the very bottom of the screen. They pivot before I kick. That's where I can focus on getting that side kick out there. Well, yeah, thank you, Steve Dan, putting that in there. I'm not sure if there's a way that I can change that right now. Uh-oh. Am I still alive? I think I accidentally turned it off. Whoops. Oh no, maybe I am live. Well, I can't see anything anymore, so if I'm still live, then hey everybody. Oh, I am still live, okay. Yeah, with the 22 moves, we really break it down into 5 or 6 move chunks. I was mentioning that with the black belts for this module is, the first module we did, how many was it? 12 moves, and we did that over the course of 2 weeks. And we'll break it down into about 6 moves every week. That way you're not learning, even though you're learning at the same kind of number over the same period of time, right? 6 per week. When you break it down into 1 week as opposed to 2 or 12 moves at a time, it makes it a lot easier. Another thing that I've done a lot when I'm still looking at basics is I would just do forward stances. And if someone's on demo team or has been on hyper team, or I've done this a lot in the adult class too, is you'll know what this drill is. But I'm gonna move this back here. And I can do this with really easy with just 5 feet. If I had a lot more, it's gonna challenge me a little bit more. But I'd start here, I would go to my forward stance, and I would just double check, this is the first run through, I'd double check that everything's right, back leg straight, front knee bent, I've got my feet flat on the floor, shoulders to the front, and then same thing other side, I bring my feet together, step to the corner, there's my new forward stance, right? And then I would add one move. Oftentimes, I do a downward block. And then it'll help me kind of coordinate my hands working together and my feet working together. Make sure everything's all still good here. I'm just doing any pinions really. I'm doing just kind of some basic stuff right now. I want to practice my stances and my strikes. And then I'll probably go through pinion 1 on my own and just kind of look at the strikes and stances. And I'll get to that when I get to it. And then probably the ones that we're doing this module, right? So pinion 1 for beginners and level 1s. Pinion 3 for the advanced and then black belts. Pinion 2 for the level 2s, pinion 3 for 3s and advanced, and then pinion 9 for black belts. I'll probably make my way through all of those. But I want to start with the just the stances. So that drill that I was mentioning before, so I start here, bend my knees. I'm trying to keep my head at the same level throughout the whole drill. Downward block. Up. And I'm trying to hit my block and have it sink at the exact same time that I finish my stance. And once I'm here, I've been doing forward stances for about 22 years now. If I look at my feet, every once in a while, I'm still gonna see that, oh, I wanna turn those toes a little bit more, right? I wanna get them 1% better than they were yesterday. Up. Up, I think my foot's gonna be off here, but and trust me, I'm gonna look down, just kind of make sure that my feet are right. And when I was getting ready for tournaments, we would do these for like an hour, right? I would pick one drill and we'd just do that for an entire class. Let's practice our forward stances and the timing of my block, hitting right when my stance hits, and then switch to the punch and make sure that these snap in the same time. I hope the bit rate on the stream is high enough that you can kind of tell that, as opposed to 1, 2, right? I'd want to make sure they hit at the exact same time. We'd practice things just like that for a whole hour. Of course, if you got a lot more space, I could just continue to work my way. Ooh, I think that back foot was kind of, right? I can still, if I had a lot more space, I could just continue to go forward for however much space that I've got. And this is again where I think, especially if you're practicing at home and there's no big mirrors you can use, that just using a phone and taking a video of what you do, you can look back at it and see right away, as opposed to if I punch, then I think that that's a straight punch, but then, oh man, I'm looking there and there we go, now it's right off of my shoulder. Ah, there's that chamber. If I look sideways, okay, all right, that's good. But if I don't, I might look down and say, yep, that's right. But then as soon as I look and I turn, see how it's angled down? I want it by my floating ribs, I want to keep it horizontal there. And that's where the video proof kind of comes in handy. So I'm gonna work my way through pinion 1 here first, just by myself. If you guys have any questions about any of the moves or different ways to practice it, let me know, okay? But just gonna have some fun here with some pinions. Let's say that I was trying to abide by this 5 by 5 foot, right? I might have to take a step back every once in a while just to double check that I'm staying in my area. Again, if you guys have any questions about stances, I'm going to be kind of talking about what runs through my head once in a while for when I would practice some different pinions. Oh, thank you, Sifu Dan. Message from a little bit ago, still alive, good to hear. What I had mentioned before is always going back to the basics and practicing them. I would rather have a sharp forward stance and have a sloppy, jump turn kick than to have it the other way around, where I go through all my forward stances sloppy, but that one super cool move looks really good. I want to make sure that everything I do is as sharp as I can be. And it comes with a 1% improvement every time. I'm going to jump into pinion 2 here next. This is one, if you haven't learned it before, it actually has a lot of forward and backward movement. So I don't think I'd be able to do the entire thing in just a 5 by 5 foot space. What I'm going to end up having to do is after a couple moves, I'm going to have to readjust where I am based on which ones are coming up next. So I know the first 8 moves are going to move backwards. And so I'm starting way at the front of my 5 by 5 foot square here, and that way I've got some room to work with back there. So if I started way by the wall, then after one move I'm gonna have to adjust, and then another move I'm gonna adjust again and again. So that's kind of what's running through my head as I'm getting ready for pinion number 2. Like, see there? I landed that kick, and my right foot had these toes kind of pointed to the corner. And if I don't take the time to go look at that, then I won't be able to realize that I've got a habit of turning those toes a little bit. So I just want to realize that, and that way next time I come into this form, I finished here, I can focus on turning them so they end the right way. Always think, hey, I should be out of breath after practicing one of my pinions. Because if I'm really putting effort into it, I'm putting some strength behind each strike, then I should get a little tired. Does anybody still in here have any questions about one of the pinions? Well, wait, now I've got like a 20-second delay. I'll mention one thing first. This is helpful if you've got somebody with you. They can help you with it. We want to do our best to make sure that we're consistent in how high we are through our moves. So what I mean by that is I don't want to start up here and then go down and up and down. I want to try and keep my height about the same. So I'm coming to my transition stance here, knees still bent, head stays about the same height throughout the transition. What I do is get a teammate that could hold maybe like I always use like these shields at the school. I use a clapper, but if you don't have one of those at home, if you've got a pretty firm pillow that could stay pretty straight, then yeah, but maybe like a clipboard or just a book, a light book that you could hold above someone's head. And that way, let's say someone was holding it at about this height, right? If I start to step up, I'm going to feel my head push against it. And so that can be a good way for me to practice making sure that I stay consistent with the height. I'm going to jump into pinion 3 here real quick. Or let's see. You do get tired, and that's one of the best things. If you're not getting, when you get tired, I don't know, I feel better after I get tired. If I go for a run or if I do sparring, I'm really tired after that, but it was a blast. It just means I'm getting a little healthier, right? I'm improving my cardio a little bit. And I always think back to just a 1% improvement, right? If I improve 1% every day, then over the whole course of a whole year, then I'm gonna have a huge change in my skill level. But if I'm not challenging myself, not getting tired, then I stay at the same level day after day after day. I'm gonna jump into pinion 3 here real quick and just have some fun with it. Usually I'm gonna do it twice. First time through I would go really slow and pay attention to every little detail, where my toes are pointed, you know, where my arms are, where my fingers are. And then the second time I'd do a little bit more all out. So that's what kind of runs through my head. This one I'm definitely gonna have to adjust because I know it goes side to side throughout the entire pinion, and pretty quick into this I'll end up hitting that wave master, and then I'll hit that wave master over there. So I'm gonna have to adjust, but right, if I've only got this 5-foot space, I'd rather practice it a little bit and get a little challenge in here, a little bit of improvement, as opposed to just saying, you know what, I can't do it, I've got not enough space, I'm done, right? Or just a little bit. If I'm not mistaken, this is the section that we were working on this week, right guys? Because there's only level 3s in here. We went through that, where was I? Here. Remember hitting that back. Side to side right. The big steps next. Chop was that 10, right? 11 was the punch. Double check my stance real quick. 12, elbow smash. 13 being like that super iconic shooting star. You can't see if I turn around though here. Looks like this. Trying to balance, keep this knee up high if it stays down low. That's pretty easy. But I want this upper block with the right, palm down with the left, left knee up. This one especially, I know that I can accidentally step into a horse's stance sometimes. This way here. Let's get just a quick walkthrough again. Bye family. I don't know how to pronounce your last name actually. Sajay? Thanks guys, Catherine May, for jumping in there. I'm gonna get on to some pinion 9 here. My pleasure to do it. I don't know if the whole of our family's here, just one, but we'll jump into some pinion 9 in a second. For anyone who doesn't know pinion 9, it's one of the longest pinions we have. Actually, it is the longest pinion. Somewhere in the 50s for move count. But move count has kind of changed over the years. So like for example, sorry, just double checking stuff there. When we jump into this one, there's a section we go here and I would look left, I would look right, look left, and open. And that's one move, but I know at previous points in history we've had the count be look, look, look. We step back into this move here, and that's all one move. And then our current count, we've got 1, 2, but I know previously it's been one move, right? So you can, what's the height on that? Okay, right? You can tell that that's going to really change the overall move count. I like having it broken down a little bit more. Instead of just kind of glossing over that first thing, you get the time to double check, palm, there we go, coming across the body, and then shift into that. So plenty of different move counts. I'm gonna jump into it real quick and just practice one time through here. I had mentioned earlier about where the pinions move. 9 is one of the ones where I'm not 100% sure the exact travel distance. I'm pretty sure it stays relatively in the same spot, but I haven't done it nearly as much as the other ones, and I never competed with this one. So it's not something that I kind of thought through as much of where I wanted to end. sorry. Whew. There we go. Toes are kind of off here. Small difference, right? But I'm still thinking in my head 1%. That's what I want to do. I want to get like 1% better. Pinion 9 is one of the only pinion that has an uppercut in it. You can do this cool move here if I turn. You got a double punch, and it rotates into an uppercut. So that would look like from when I was here earlier. Boom, 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 hit and uppercut. That's good? Yeah. Whew. There's a lot of moves. Hey, Fez, the current move count would be, hey, you get to see you can do pinion too. These next ones, the 4 moves we just did, 7, 8, 9, and 10 are really fun, especially 8, when you get to do that step over and check and scroll. But Super Fez, the current move count is we try and break it down as much as we can, so that way you don't forget, sorry, my head's out of the way, you don't lose any of the details. So, let's see, I'm trying to think the best way I could show you here. I'm going to do it facing towards you, just for now. Right, where we went through our squatting position or horse's stance. If anyone's practicing one of their pinions that has this in it, make sure you get this really high cross block above your head. That is not right here, but above your head, and then sink into a low stance here. I want to make sure that I'm avoiding this kind of stance, but instead, nice and low. So for pinion 9, Super Fez, 1 is just a set position, 2 are the looks. So let's see, I can see myself here. Look left, right, left, and open the hands. That way we're not glossing over that move right there. That would be 2. 3 is the step back grip break. This one, focus on that snap, right? Just like every other move, you want to stick it into its spot. That's 3, right? 4 is underneath. And watch my feet here, they're going to, let me scoot back. I'm going to shift my hip, turn this hip over too into my forward stance. Because after this one, it's the, there we go, bottom fist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we do everything again. 6, this time look left then right for 7 with open hands. 8 with our grip break. 9 underneath. Yeah, I don't know if you're able to see it. I noticed my thumb kind of got to the side there. I just want to double check. Again, 1% better. 11. Ooh, sorry, that would be 10. 11, and then the side kick 12. And that's what we worked on last module. We've got the new moves posted as of yesterday. But again, I like to take my time and just kind of go move by move, double check that everything's right, and then the second time through, I would go a little faster. And either alternate back and forth, right? Slow and then intense, slow and then intense. I shouldn't say that, but like, right, because I can still do a move intense when it's slow, but I pause my form, right? I pause it and double check, and then I go a continuous run through. That's kind of like my mindset going through it. Anyways, any last questions, guys? I'm gonna do one more pinion and then sign off here. But if anyone's got any questions, then let me know. If not, I'll pick one of my favorite pinions and then I'll just go all out through it. I'll have to decide what my favorite pinion is right now though. It changes every day. Not seeing anything, so I'm gonna pick one of my pinions here and I'm gonna run myself through it. I'll get some intensity on this one too. Last second, see if I missed any. I know it's like 20 seconds from after I say something till it actually is put up on the stream there. A little bit of a delay. I looked through earlier and I don't think that's something on my setting. I think it's just how it's working, but I'll double check because it could be in a setting somewhere. That way it gets a little bit faster. I can hear back from you guys more. All right, I'm gonna run through on just a pinion here. Ooh. Let's do 7. That one sounds really fun. So I'm thinking for a quick second. I know where I'm gonna go. That way I have as little pauses than I need. And that's what really helps with knowing the entire form, is you can think your way ahead, right? Plan ahead to where your moves are gonna be and what kind of space that you need. So somewhere around here, I know I'm gonna move forward a tiny bit and I'm gonna move that way a lot. But I just need a little space here for my squatting position. Again, it's pinion 7 I'm gonna do next. One time through. How many moves in pinion 9? Oh, I think it's like, I thought it was 54, but my last count was 53. So I'm trying to find that lost move in there. I'll have to talk to Manoy Chase and Shihan and my other 4th degrees, 5th degrees who remember doing the pinion a lot. Anyways, so I'm gonna do pinion 7 here real quick, guys. Or the last thing, and we're gonna sign off. Always a good workout. Good to hear, Eddie. It's a fun pinion. A lot of people tend to forget about it though, because of pinion 3 coming up after it. But it's a blast to do. All right, guys. Anybody who's in here still, thanks for joining for some pinions and talking about them. I'm gonna, probably next time I'll stop the stream after the tiger so we can rename it, where people can see a little bit different. You can tell, hey, we're doing just some pinions and some fun. I'll probably do the same thing on Thursday. Right, we got kids, teens, and adult stream. We'll just do some warm-ups and go over some different ways that we can practice pinions to help with our sharpness on them, and get quick reviews of them too. But then afterwards, I'll do a little bit more informal thing like this, where if you guys just want to ask me any questions about pinions, and I'm just going to walk through some and stuff like that. So I'll see you guys next time. Thank you guys for coming in and watching a little bit of it. I had some fun. Give me a good excuse to practice some more pinions. But thanks, guys. Have a good afternoon or evening now, and see you next time. Bye, guys.